There are days when the idea of living feels too heavy for the body you wake up in. You open your eyes, but the world doesn't greet you. It just exists, quietly demanding that you participate. And you think, maybe if you stay still enough, you won't have to. No one teaches you how to keep living when you're not sure you want to. We're told to find purpose, passion, meaning, as if they are things you can pick up off the floor when you've misplaced them. But sometimes, the only thing you can hold is the next breath. And for now, that has to be enough. It's about not knowing how to continue being alive, how to move through routines that feel heavy and unreal. You look at your reflection and recognize the shape, but not the person inside it. People say, take care of yourself. But self-care feels like another chore on the to-do list of survival. The truth is, you don't have to want to live to keep living. You just have to keep being. For a while, existence can be mechanical. It can be dull and quiet. There's a strange mercy in that, in lowering the expectations of what being alive should look like. You can let go of the idea that it has to feel beautiful or purposeful all the time. Start with something neutral. Water, a shower. The small sound of running tap water can remind your body that you're still here. It doesn't fix anything, but at least it doesn't ask you to perform. There's this idea that healing means wanting things again, wanting to go outside, to laugh, to plan and to hope. But sometimes healing starts in the opposite place, in the stillness, in the slow, uncomfortable wait before wanting returns. You don't need to force it. The wanting comes back when your system is ready to handle it. If you're tired of existing, you're not broken. You're reacting to stress, to loss, to overstimulation, to years of pretending you're okay because everyone else seems to be. That tiredness isn't weakness. It's the body's way of saying, I can't hold this much anymore. So maybe don't hold it all. Don't try to be profound or productive. Maybe just exist quietly. Let things fall out of focus for a bit. You can live small for a while, not in the sense of giving up, but in the sense of simplifying. The world can be too loud. Shrinking it down to what fits in your hands is an act of care. There's a kind of strength in not quitting, even when you feel detached from life. It's not cinematic or glamorous. It's invisible. You wake up. You feed yourself. You wash a plate. You send a message. You keep going, even though the meaning hasn't caught up yet. That's endurance. That's still living. Maybe you look at other people and think, they seem to want to be here. They talk about goals, joy, excitement, while you're just counting hours until sleep. But remember, nobody's life is built entirely on wanting. Most of us survive on habit and necessity. The difference is just that some have learned how to build meaning around it. You can too, but not today. Today, you just breathe. It's okay if your version of hope looks strange. If hope, for you, means not disappearing. If it means folding the laundry or watching a quiet video before bed. If it means making coffee in silence. Hope doesn't always feel warm. Sometimes it's just the decision not to end something before it's had the chance to change. Life isn't waiting for you to be enthusiastic. It just waits for you to show up. The light still hits the wall in the morning. The air still fills your lungs. You're allowed to be unimpressed by it and still keep going. You're allowed to live without excitement for a while. When people tell you to think positive, they usually mean well, but they forget that sometimes the mind doesn't cooperate. It's not about positive thoughts, it's about gentle ones. Maybe I can try again. Maybe I can rest. Maybe I can get through this day. Those are the thoughts that matter. And if the word hope feels fake, replace it with curiosity. Instead of, I hope tomorrow is better, try, I wonder what tomorrow will feel like. Curiosity doesn't demand optimism, only openness. It's quieter. It asks less of you. You don't need to feel grateful to keep living. Gratitude can come later, when you have room for it. For now, you can live out of neutrality. You can live because the air is there, because you haven't run out of time yet, because some part of you, even if it's microscopic, still wants to see what happens next. We often think life is a story about big moments, but most of life is in the in-between, the part where nothing much happens. The brushing of teeth, the loading of dishes, the scrolling through endless feeds trying to feel something. The in-between is where survival happens. It's where you rebuild quietly, without announcement. If you're here, watching this, maybe something inside you still wants to stay. Not out of joy, but out of unfinishedness. You're not done. Even if you feel empty, your life is still a work in progress. And sometimes, the best thing you can do for that unfinished story is to give it time to keep unfolding. You don't have to love life to keep living it. You don't even have to understand it. You can just walk alongside it, slowly, until it starts to make sense again. There's no moral, no call to action, no miracle ending here. Just the reminder that existence doesn't always feel like a gift, but it's still yours. So, if you'd rather not live, but you're still here, that's enough. You're already doing the hardest part. And maybe, one day, without realizing it, you'll look up and notice the light feels a little softer than it used to, that the air feels easier to breathe, that you've been living all along.